First of all, I would like to thank all the speakers and all the participants for the interest you have shown in the Greek debt, but also in the process of defying this Greek debt, which is put forward by the Debt Truth Committee. It is clear, and it should be made clear to everyone, that the question of public debt is not a question of logistics. It's a question of democracy. And it should also be made clear that the way the repayment of the debt is being put forward through the last period is a method which defies democracy, defies human rights, and defies the right to future generations to a future and a life worth living. You should know that each baby born in Greece today owes 32,500 euros. This is the portion of the 325 billion owed by Greece. And it should also be made known that during the last 10 months, Greece has paid back to its creditors 17.5 billion euros and has received nothing. Of this 17.5 billion euros, almost 7 billion euros have been paid by the current government. The government of the left which has never governed in Greece, the left which has not contributed to the mismanagement and to the creation of the debt. We have a government and a parliamentary majority which is fighting ever since the 25th of January 2015 to honor the mandate of the people. The people clearly decided to do away with austerity, to do away with the memoranda, and the current government, while showing an extreme good faith towards the so-called creditors, is trying and fighting very hard to protect the right of the people to dignity, to sovereignty, and to their fundamental rights. I would say it's of particular importance and symbolism that this discussion is made among parliamentarians and at the initiative of the parliamentary group of the left at the European Parliament. It is also of particular importance and symbolism that the Debt Truth Committee was created and operates under the auspices of the Hellenic Parliament. Because what should be made clear and what should be part of the strategy during the next days, weeks, months, is to show that the debt question is not a question for technocrats, it's not a question for bankers, it's a question for the people, for the citizens, and those who most genuinely express the people and the citizens are their elected representatives. We should remember that the European Parliament is not part of this monster called the Troika. We should remember that the European Parliament has taken action to show the undemocratic methods employed to promote the repayment of the debt. We should also show that the Council of Europe and the European Social Charter Committee has made findings to the effect that the memoranda and austerity processes to reimburse the debt grossly violate human rights in Greece and in Europe. I would therefore contend that this is a cause for parliaments. This is a cause for parliamentarians in the European parliaments, but also in the respective parliaments to take up. This is a cause for democracy, for which parliamentarians and the parliaments are responsible to do their job, to do their duty in order to protect their respective people and to protect democracy. The findings of the Dead Truth Committee will take a long time to be finalized. We expect that the full report will take at least a year. However, the preliminary conclusions will be available on the 18th of June. And it's very, very important at a time where corruption media and corrupt officers around Europe are trying very hard to silence the committee, to defamate its work. It's very, very important that parliamentarians take the torch, parliamentarians take up the responsibility and amplify and show the results and the preliminary conclusions of the Dead Truth Committee. Thank you.